Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to this very beautiful sunny day. Oh, I'm loving it. Look at it. Look at it. Makes me so happy. The sun makes me so happy. That's why they block it. But that's another story. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Bear with the camera. If it's jiggly and joggly and jumping all over the place, I am on the morning dog walk. So, yeah. He comes first, obviously. But I had a little thought, actually something that's been sort of going around my mind the last few days, praying on it, thinking about it. And I say this video with caution. I don't want anyone to think that I am putting down or disregarding biblical texts. I think that's really, really important. I want to say firstly and foremostly that what the Bible says is the ideal, and if we can stick to that and achieve that and do that, then I'm 110% behind that. And I think that's really, really important to say. Nothing I'm saying is undermining that in any way, shape or form. I just think it's really important to look at the reality of a situation versus what the Bible tells you things should be. So I'm going to be talking today about relationships, and I'm going to use my own relationship as the example. We're not here to talk about anyone else. I think we should always reflect on things in our own situations. And so the Bible tells us very clearly that the man is to be the head of the household. And I do believe in this. I think in an ideal world, it's wonderful. They go out to work, they provide, they, encourage their family to spend time with God, to pray, to read the Bible. Like, they are that biblical example, and they lead the family well. So, yeah, not against that whatsoever. Now, let's take a look at my own personal relationship. Is that how our house runs? Nope. And that's not a bad thing, which is the point of why I'm making this video. It's to say that even though what the ideal is, what is said in biblical text is not what we are living, that doesn't make it a negative. And the reason I'm going to say that is because I truly believe with every part of me that me and my husband will put together. Like, I'm not in any doubt with that whatsoever. That I could make a whole nother video explaining that, the steps of how we guided us meeting, our relationship, our wedding, like everything was completely God guided. So I know that with all of my heart, right? All of my being, that we're meant to be. But if I was to say you have to do exactly as the Bible says in regards to how a relationship runs, then I'd be disregarding God's will for my own relationship. Because, don't get me wrong, we both are in a process of sanctification. We are both trying to be more Christ-like, and we are both growing. So within that, of course, there will come change for both of us, and that will entail that he will become more like Christ and be able to lead the family unit more, as the Bible suggests. But that's not how it is right now. I'm more headstrong than he is, and that won't change. Now, if God desires it to change and that's the plan, then that will happen. If one day I woke up and he was like, I've got it all together and I'm going to lead and I'm going to become that role, then crack on. That wouldn't be an issue. But reality check, it's not going to happen, right? We're going to grow and we're going to be sanctified and we're going to change, but he's not going to have a complete personality transplant. And neither am I. I know my mind and I'm quite headstrong. So, yes, I have some humbling and things to work on also, absolutely. But I guess, I'm waffling now. The point of the video was to say, what is the impact if a relationship isn't exactly as it should be in the Bible? And do we trust God's will? Because I do. I trust him for my life. And I trust exactly the plan that he has for us and exactly where we're at and where we're going. So just a thought. What are your thoughts? Share your thoughts in relationships, because we have to give a thought for those that are in abusive relationships or relationships, that are just, not saying if you've got an issue you don't work through it, because absolutely you do. But some relationships, they're just not They're not what the Bible would like them to be. And I just think that isn't a salvation issue. That's what's the important thing for me. What does our salvation rely on? Jesus Christ. It relies on our faith and our trust in him, you know, turning to him, being born again in him. Doesn't rely on those other things. These other things are important and they bring fruits and blessings to our lives, but they shouldn't be what we base everything on. So I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to go enjoy the sun with the lovely Benji boy, and wishing you a very fruitful and blessed day.